Hey, you guys. It is Coach DeAnna back again dealing with the Monday maybes. We talked about this on last week. I was here with you last week dealing with Monday maybes. You know, that stuff that we put off till I'll do it maybe Monday. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next year, or I'll do it at the end of the month. You know, we have a tendency to procrastinate. That's what we talked about last week. Procrastination and saying that we'll do it next week, we'll do it later on. But there's no time like the present to accomplish what we're supposed to accomplish. So y'all remember last week we talked about procrastination, and I gave you 3 bullets to stop dealing with the maybe Monday. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next year. I'll do it later on. Let's do it now. Now is the time. So no more maybe Mondays. We're going to activate our dreams and our visions right now. Because if we don't, what did I say last week? There's so much potential in the grave. Remember I said that last week? There's so many people that have died and gone on and taken all those gifts and talents with them. And we don't want to be one of those people. So no more maybe Mondays. Let's do it today. So I know last week we talked about procrastination and the 3 bullets that I gave you to know that you're dealing with procrastination and why it comes and why it's able to linger. Is because of fear of failure. We are afraid that it won't succeed, that it won't work, that it's just not going to happen for us. That's number 1. Number 2, we talked about disappointment last week. So many things have happened that cause us to stop going and stop doing. And because of that, we don't go any farther. We procrastinate. I'm scared to do it. I'm scared to move forward. I'm scared to put my hands to the plow. I'm scared to just focus and start over again because we've been disappointed, because we've dealt with fear of failure. Those things stop us from moving forward and accomplishing our dreams. Another thing that we talked about last week was being perfect. Everything has to be perfect. So what? It doesn't go like you had it planned. That may not be the direction. You might start off with a plan, a vision, wrote it down, and it's supposed to go A, B, C, but it wind up coming up that F starts first, and then you end up at C, then you go back to A, then you end up at Z. That's okay. That's not a reason to stop working and operating in your dream. Hey, Instagram, thank you guys for joining. Let me tell you something. That's not a reason to stop functioning. So last week, we talked about procrastination being that thing that caused us to say, maybe Monday, maybe I'll do it Tuesday, maybe I'll start on Monday, maybe I'll start next year. But if you have a dream, if you have a business, if you want to go back to school, you want to get started with something big, just start today. Don't put it off. We don't have, tomorrow's not always promised to us. So tonight, I told you guys last week that tonight we're going to talk about accountability and setting goals. Accountability and setting goals. There is no way that we can go forward without accountability. And people are always like, well, I'm accountable to somebody, but are you accountable to the right somebody? A lot of times we're accountable to people and they're not making any movement, so you don't feel like you have to make any movement. But until we get to a place that we are accountable to the right people, that we're doing the right things to help us accomplish our goals, then it's not going to be effective. You can be accountable, but are you accountable to the right person? So first of all, let's talk about what accountability is. I pulled up some words tonight to talk about accountability. One of the things is being responsible. You have to, in order to be accountable, you have to be responsible. That means that I said that I'm going to do something and I'm going to do it. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm not going to say, well, I could do it, but I'm not going to do it. That's another maybe Monday factor. And we're trying to get over the maybe Mondays. You know, we keep doing that. So when you're accountable, that means that I'm not just going to pick somebody to be accountable to that will just let me do anything, that won't correct me when I'm wrong, that won't tell me, girl, you're not working your business plan. Girl, you're not operating in your ministry effectively. Girl, you're not being the mom that you said. You set a goal for yourself. Why aren't you doing it? Why are you not working that business like you should? Why aren't you posting? Why aren't you advertising your business? You have to have somebody in your life that's going to push you to do what you said you were going to do. And sometimes we say we're going to be accountable to somebody, but the minute they tell us that we're doing something wrong, or they give us constructive criticism, we back off. We don't want that kind of accountability. And that's why we find ourselves ourselves in those maybe Mondays that we start and we stop, which leads us back to the procrastination. So tonight we're still talking about maybe Monday, those things that we do and we say, I'm going to accomplish my dream, but then we stop. Then we don't do it. Then we get mad and we're upset and we don't focus. So another thing, let me just give you an example of this whole accountability thing. Y'all know I'm like the queen of being transparent. Accountability is no matter what you say you're going to do, if something comes up that you cannot accomplish your goal, you need to make sure that your integrity and your character shows up and tell people, I can't make it. I can't do it. And wisely. Don't just not show up. Don't just not do it. You said you're going to start a business and people are looking for you to be there to do what you said you're going to do it. Here's another key point that I want to talk about accountability. Man, it's so rich and it's so much to say. Here's the thing about accountability. We always say, I want to start this business. I want to start going back to school. I want to start a cooking class. You know, it's a lot of things that we're talented to do, but here's the problem. We're not consistent. When you have accountability, you are consistent. One of my biggest issues with my own self is I always was afraid that I'm going to start and stop. And one of my girlfriends was talking to me one day and she said, I said, well, my biggest thing is I don't want to start and then stop. This is what she said to me. Well, just be consistent. It's that simple. How do you be consistent? You say what you're going to do, you show up and you do it. That's not easy, Coach DeAnna. I have things that come up. Let me give you an example. I have something that came up today. I had, the doctor gave me some instructions today, and I'm going to follow the instructions. But I knew that I had put out that I was going to do this live every Monday in the month of May, maybe Mondays. So in order to do this, I had to rest today. I couldn't get up and be all busy like I normally am because I knew I had a responsibility and I had to be accountable for what I said I was going to do tonight. So I took the time to rest today. So then when it was time for me to prepare for my live, I got up, I did what I had to do. And as soon as I finished the live, I'm going back to lay down. You have to make sure when you're accountable, you put things in order. You put things in place so that you can accomplish what you said you're going to accomplish. Here's another thing about accountability. If you say you're going to get started, and you're afraid that you're going to be inconsistent, you're afraid that you're not going to do it, let me give you a clue. One of the things that I often do when I know that I have to do something is I make it public. I tell people. That's a key to accountability. Make people aware so that they can hold you accountable. Tell a friend. Tell a family member, not somebody that's not going to be like, oh, she's not going to do nothing anyway. Tell people that you know that are waiting on you, depending on you to do it. We have people that are watching us, that are depending on us to be where we say we're going to be, to accomplish what we say we're going to accomplish. And that's why we always have to walk in accountability with responsibility. Here, listen, I saw something today that I wanted to share about accountability. It said, be accountable to yourself. Make sure that you have someone besides you who can provide valuable feedback and critical junctions, like a friend or a mentor. Get a coach. Get somebody that you know will hold you accountable. If you have a dream and you know you want to accomplish this thing, but you know that you're not consistent. Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. I'm a procrastinator. I'll wait till the last minute. I'll do it, but I wait till the last minute. So I have to tell people so they can say, what have you done with that project? I'm working on my third book. So guess what? I have people that say, where are you with the book? Am I behind schedule? I'm very much so behind schedule, but I'm accountable and I've started back working because I have people that are asking me. So accountability is one of the main things that we're talking about tonight. Listen, we can't get past these maybe Mondays if we don't become accountable. If you say you have a business, who's your mentor? Who's mentoring you in your business? You say you want to go back to school. Who's pushing you to go back to school? You find like-minded people. That's right. That you can be obligated to. Make yourself to be obligated to somebody. Let them know I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. Your words have to stand. Even if everything is falling apart, you still have to be in position. You still have to do what you said you were going to do. That's what accountability looks like. And the main thing about accountability is responsibility. You are responsible for the words that you release. So if you say you're going to fulfill a dream, then go after it. Don't make any excuses. Yes, life happens. It happens to all of us, but we have to get up and keep moving. So our first nugget tonight is accountability. No more procrastination. Be accountable. Be accountable for what you say you're going to do, and do it. Get somebody that will hold you accountable. I have a business coach, and I'm going to tell this story before I go to our next point tonight. We're not going to be long. And when I decided that I was going to relaunch Life Seeds, she was somebody that I knew when it comes down to business, she doesn't play games. If you say you're going to do it, you got to do it, and she's going to watch you and make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. So when I decided to relaunch, the first thing that I did is I went right to her. I went right to her and I said, I'm ready to relaunch my business. I'm ready to get going. But I knew when I went to her that I was going to have to do what I said I was going to do, because she wasn't going to play games with me. I could have went and got somebody that, they going to let me just kind of loop the loop, take my time, do what I want to do. But I was determined that this was the time that I wanted to be accountable to somebody, because I wanted this thing to succeed. I wanted to have momentum, and I wanted somebody pushing me to go forward. And what happens is when we don't get the right person, we're not accountable to the right people, they don't push us, and we be going back to that maybe Monday. Well, I missed my deadline on Friday, I'll catch up on Monday. I missed my deadline last month, I'll catch up in June. No, we never do it. We've come to the realization last week that procrastination, one of the reasons why we do it is because we get afraid and we just don't move anymore. So this particular, my coach, what I did, this business coach, when I met with her, I knew when I went to meet with her, I had to have my, everything in place. So she was asking me questions, and I got this, and I got that, and I got this. And the things that she asked me, did I have that I didn't have, I made sure I went and got those things in place, because I knew she was going to come back and ask me. That's what accountability looks like. You find somebody that's going to hold you responsible for those words, for those actions. Your business is not going to grow if you don't become accountable. Okay, so on accountability, we're going to come back to that later on. Maybe later this month I'll come back to that, because I'm going to grab somebody to come on and talk about that piece of accountability. If you want to succeed in your business, your dream, your goal, you have to be accountable. Okay, so our next bullet tonight is setting goals. Listen. Setting goals. Setting goals. I'm saying it over and over and over again. Get a journal, get a notebook, get a board and put it on the wall and start writing those things down that you want to accomplish. Because what happens is, number one, write it down. Wait a minute, let's go back before number one, writing it down. Let's first of all decide what we want to do and believe that we can do it. Because we write stuff on a piece of paper all the time. If you go and look in your old journal, your old notebook, you'll find things that you said you wanted to do and you have not done them. You have not touched it. You haven't put your hands on it because, number one, you didn't believe that you could accomplish it. I am at a place that I believe that if we really want to do it, if we really want to succeed in it, we have to believe it. First and foremost, you will not accomplish anything if you don't believe that you can do it. And make your goals. That's good, Michelle. That was one of my points. Make your goals where you can reach them. If you're starting a business and this is your first month in business, why are you setting a goal that you're going to make $100,000 this month alone? Come on. Let's be realistic. Why are you setting a goal that, unless you got something that is so tangible that everybody wants, let's make our goals realistic. Because if we don't, we become disappointed and we stop. We'll stop doing what we're supposed to do because we are disappointed that it didn't work. Here's another one about setting goals. Listen, and I have to say this. And I hope nobody's offended, but this is something that I'm going to say in regards to when you're starting a business or you're focusing on a dream, you're going back to school, you are stepping out in ministry, you're getting married, whatever this thing is, listen to this. Everybody's not going to support your dream. Everybody's not going to be clapping for you. Everybody's not going to be patting you on the back. The very people that you think are going to be the ones to push your business and girl, you doing it and may not be the ones. And that's okay. Don't get angry. Don't get upset. Don't get frustrated. Pray. Hey, y'all know that's what. Pray. And move in the direction of those that are supporting you. Listen. It takes nothing. It takes absolutely nothing for you to move forward. If you know the person, don't get upset. That's one of the things I tell people all the time. We're all like a cup of tea. I may be tea with Splenda. You may be tea with sugar. It doesn't mean my tea is not good. It just may not be the tea for you. And that's okay. My tea may not be for you. And your tea may not be for me. That don't mean I'm not good tea. But here's the thing. Set the goals and don't expect everybody to pat you on the back. Now, here's the thing about setting the goals. Make them obtainable goals. If you're just starting out, make sure your goal is attainable. Don't set yourself up for failure. Don't set yourself up for disappointment. Don't set yourself up for frustration. When I started out, when I decided to relaunch Life Seeds, there were some small goals that I had. If you're writing a book, now listen, I had some small goals that I wanted to reach. I said I wanted at least 2 new clients by the end of the month. So I reached that goal. Celebrate those small victories. Don't get upset. If you miss it, keep going. I wanted 2 new clients that first month so that I could kind of get my feet wet. I wanted to get my curriculum going. I wanted to start over some new things. I wanted to promote my books. So listen, those were the things that I focused on. If I got something else in addition to that, I celebrated that. But the main thing was I stayed with my goal. Set small goals that you can reach, and as you obtain them, expand. I set a goal, I think a couple of weeks ago, that I wanted to sell 4 books in the month of, I think it was toward the second half of April, the middle of April. I wanted to sell 4 books. So in one day, in a week, I sold 4 books. I was excited. But what I didn't realize is if you meet one goal, another goal will come. So when I set that goal, I publicized that the people bought the book. They wrote a review. And guess what? The next day, I sold 5 books in one day. You have to set your goals, and as they come, celebrate them. If you don't hit the goal, it don't mean that you wasn't successful. It just means you need to work harder and find a new strategy. In setting your goals, don't get stuck in one place. If it's not working in that place, find another direction. Don't get caught in a place where I set a goal, I didn't reach the goal. I'm going to do it again this same way. I'm going to do it again this month the same way. Find a new direction. Find a new strategy that will work for you. Facebook Live may not work for somebody. Instagram may work for you. This may not work for you. You may have to go out and hit the streets, and that's fine. But find the strategy that works for you. Because if you don't, you'll find yourself frustrated. You'll find yourself angry. And then here's the other thing. You're not effective in your goal, in your vision, in your ministry, in your business if you're frustrated. Because when you begin to operate in frustration, I'm all into next week. Oh, I hate when I do that. But anyway, if you begin to operate in frustration, you won't accomplish what you're supposed to accomplish. Because guess what you'll do? You will stop and you'll find yourself at a maybe Monday moment. Do y'all remember what the maybe Mondays are? The maybe Mondays are, I'll do it next week. I'll do it next year. I'll do it Tuesday. And then you don't do it. So I'm telling you, we are in a place that we are not doing no more maybe Mondays. Maybe Mondays are out the window. Not maybe Monday, but today. Maybe today, and not even a maybe, just today. How about today? We're just going to do it today. So I'm so excited about these maybe Monday sessions for the month of May. So if you missed last Monday, you can always go back. It's on my Facebook page. And we talked about procrastination last Monday. And we talked about the 3 things that cause us to procrastinate: fear, failure, what was the other one? Fear, failure, disappointment, and thinking that everything is going to always be perfect. But on this Monday, we're talking about accountability and setting goals. Make sure that you are accountable to the right people so you can accomplish what you are supposed to accomplish. You need the right person to push you forward. Find a life coach. I'm available. Hey, hit me up at www.lifeseedscdf.com. That's lifeseeds with an S. CDF.com. That's Coach DeAnna. That's me. Also, I am just so excited about this. I have to stop talking now because I'll go into next Monday. And I know y'all are going to come back next Monday to share more about maybe Monday. But do me a favor, share this video with your friends so that we can get all this information out. We want to make sure that we're walking in our fullest potential, that we're accomplishing what we're supposed to accomplish, that we're reaching our goals, and that we're not procrastinating, that we're not saying maybe Monday I'll do it, I'll get to it. Because let me tell you, what have I been saying? There's so much potential in the grave. And guess what? It's nothing that we can do with it. It's just potential that's in the grave that somebody took. They left this earth with all of that gifting and all of that talent on the inside of them. And now it's of no use. I don't want to be that person, and I don't want you to be that person. I want you to leave this earth. If you have to leave this earth, we want to pour out every gift, every talent, every ounce of what was in us, that we can leave a legacy in the earth, that we will be remembered, that we will be impactful. Remember, I told you, I don't want to just inspire you. I want to impact you, because when you make an impact, it's lasting. When I inspire you, excited for a moment, but when I've made an impact in your life, it lasts a long time. You'll remember it. It'll come back up. It'll keep coming back up. So I'm so excited that you joined me tonight. Don't forget, be accountable. Find somebody to be accountable to. Don't pick just any old body. Pick somebody that's gonna push you beyond your scope, push you beyond that comfortable place. You got to get going. You got to get out there and find somebody that's gonna say, hey, get up and do it now, girl. Don't wait till Monday. You don't have time to wait till Tuesday. Do it now. You don't have time next month. You have a story to tell. Put it out there. The world needs to hear it. The other thing is set goals that are obtainable. Don't just set goals and don't do anything. Go back and visit. Get a notebook. Write down what you want to do and make sure that it's obtainable. Give it to somebody. Let a family member see it. Hey, this is another nugget that I want to say. If you plan on doing something, you're going to have an event. This is a good one for people that are planning events and different things like that. Get a flyer. Get a flyer made. Put it out in the public so that you won't come off of it. And don't cancel it. Don't talk about you had an emergency and you had to cancel it. Don't let fear be a factor. So I'm so excited about maybe Mondays. I'm getting ready to get out of here, but I want to share a couple of announcements with you guys. If you have not had the opportunity to scroll my Facebook page or LifeSeeds Instagram page, I was featured in a magazine on this week. The magazine was released. It has hit North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and it is released online in Virginia, and it will hit the city of Richmond on next week. You can go on Facebook and see the article. It talks about some of the story of the sicknesses and the illnesses, where I've come from, the motivational speaking, the just a lot of little information about me, and I'm really excited about it. Also, the name of the magazine is Who Am I? And it's HUAMI magazine. HUAMI magazine. They are on Facebook. They're also on Instagram. You can look it up there. Also in next month's issue of Girl Me Too, I have written an article. The name of the article is Walking Back in the Doors of the Church After Violation. It is a great article. I am so excited about the things that are going on. So follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, And go check out the website so that you can see some of the things that are going on. I'm so thankful for you guys taking the time to be with me here for Maybe Mondays. We will be back next Monday on the 20th. I am excited. This is Coach DeAnna Morris. I look forward to seeing you next Monday. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. And you can look me up at lifeseeds.grow. lifeseeds.grow. Talk to you later. Have a fantastic rest of your evening. Love you. God bless. Bye-bye.